chocolate fondue celebrity, really quick story. I was working in events in 2002 or 3, and we were doing the marquees for the Spring Racing Carnival, namely L'Oreal marquee. I didn't do much. I was work experience, and I remember 2003. Geez, I mean, I was really ripping up the marquees and the birdcage at that stage. I pretty much was banned from every marquee, except L'Oreal, because I was doing work experience there. So I didn't have a pass, which is weird, but they said, if you can get into the birdcage, you can come in to our marquee. And I'm like, okay. And they're thinking, like, he won't get in. So what I did is I jumped the fucking fence at the VRC, which is like a proper royal fence with spikes. Pierced, not even a joke, pierced my scrot on the top of it. Kept moving like a soldier on the front line. Keep going, jump over. My mate Steve jumped with me, but Steve's like 7 foot. Steve jumps it like fucking, just kind of scissor kicked it in high jump. Then we turn up to the L'Oreal marquee. I go, what's going on, babe? This is my friend Laura, who was working there full time. I said, what's going on, babe? And she knew I was absolutely licked. She's like, oh dear. I said, just coming in for one beer, babe. I just want to see the marquee. I want to see the work we've done. And she's like, all right, mate, one beer. Right? She knew I was a bit of a loose unit. So we go in there. First thing I see is a chocolate fondue fountain. This is like pre-fondue fountains. I mean, I know they did fondue in like the 70s and 80s, but I feel like this was the first coming of fondue in the noughties. So I see this big chocolate fondue fountain thinking, how good's this marquee? And it's free piss, free food. I said to my mate Steve, I said, let's get a fucking beer. All right? Go to the bar. On my right was Mickey Malloy, right? He's got his back to me. I recognise Mickey. Never met him. Tap him on the shoulder and say, Mickey, how fucking good is this? And he goes, mate, your arm's in the chocolate fondue. And my whole suit arm, so from the shoulder to my wrist, was in chocolate fondue. Covered chocolate, looked like shit. And then I get a tap from the event producer, who was my boss, and said, you better go. I said, can I finish my beer? She said no. I walked out with Steve, my mate. And then on Monday, I had a meeting with the boss, and I got fired from work experience. Is that even a thing? How do you get fired from work experience? But the whole time she was firing me, she was laughing. She's like, if you're watching this on video, I'll try and do it. So she's like, Ash, I'm just so disappointed you came in there and the chocolate font... Sorry. The chocolate... It was very funny. But you know I need to fire you. And I'm like, yeah, it's all good. It's all good, man. I gotta fucking start a podcast in 15 years.